Hey, at Loc-Doc Security, our mission is to help you protect your people and your property. Today, we're going to be answering a question: is why is there light coming through my door? This is Zach. Zach is with me today. We're going to be talking about this commonly asked question that people run into is, hey, I've got light coming through my door. I've got some different factors. So what can I do about it? So tell us a little bit of a situation where this has come up.
Yeah, so we've had recently a lot of places come into the fact of, hey, look, I got light coming through my door. Not only light, you're talking bugs, air, anything like that can come through your door and cause that. We had recently had a customer reach out, hospitality. They said, hey, look, health inspectors saying, look, you're going to have critters coming in, you're going to have water coming through, everything coming through. So you need to get that fixed and get that taken care of.
Well, that's a big thing that health inspectors look for, is they start to look at openings and especially any entrances and delivery entrances. If there's any light, that's a no-go.
Absolutely.
So that's something that's happened, and then you also have situations where you might see ponding of water or pooling of water or something inside of an opening. Yeah. Okay, so what are the typical fixes for this? I know you've brought some examples for us, but what are these factors that will help out with that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different weather stripping out there. These are just a few examples. The first one that we're going to talk about is this one right here. That's going to be the vinyl. That's going to be our vinyl application because it is obviously vinyl here. And you want to make sure that's going to help with water for sure. It's going to protect that water coming through the door, any light coming through the door. It's flexible, a polymer material. So it does move with the ground and with the opening.
So it's going to flex, but it's also going to create some type of a seal.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a good application to keep liquid out, I guess, water, any type of where you have direct rain coming
Absolutely.
in.
And this will do all really. It'll do bugs, it'll do light, it'll do water, no matter what. You're pretty much guaranteed to help out with that.
What are some cons of going with this application?
Cons, if the ground is uneven, so on the outside of the door, if the ground's uneven there, it's kind of hard to put that on because the way that it works, it has to be kind of level to cover up that gap.
So it could potentially cause the door to catch and not close all the way.
Absolutely, and a lot of times we come in and we see these are all frayed, they're all broken, they're they've just been on there for years and years and years, and nobody really looks at it. Most people don't look at, hey, this thing is trashed on the bottom. They don't do that. So, but that's a great application for that. Really, any doors, but if you have any type of elevation on the door or concrete, if it's uneven surface, you wouldn't want to use a vinyl.
Okay, so that's that. The next one you have here, this one's kind of like a brush.
Yeah, so this is a nylon brush weather stripping. It's a synthetic polymer. They say that it is water resistant.
Okay.
For me personally, I would not put that on a door if I knew that it had a lot of water coming through or had rain hitting it a lot. You wouldn't want to put that on something that you knew you had water coming through. But this is great for the uneven surfaces that this one won't, the nylon won't, or the vinyl won't. But the nylon brush will help with that if it's uneven surfaces because it'll kind of adhere to that ground.
Gotcha. So you've got some adaptability here for the brush. It's gonna go across a lot of surfaces a lot easier.
Yes.
This is gonna really be a lot for kind of wind and weather, but not necessarily water protection.
And this is also a good application for a set of double doors, hollow metal double doors, gapping together. Yeah, you could put that on the edge of the door to kind of seal that up. You just want to keep in mind, if you do that, you want to make sure that both doors close and open automatically. So you don't want to put that so far over on the door that it causes that, and your door's not being secure at night.
So speaking of double doors, we have this application here, which is a kind of a door edge, and it's got some kind of that similar type of brush, but it's a little tighter, I guess. But it's on both sides.
It's kind of sewn together in two places where this is really just an open face on the bottom. But they make different lengths of this as well, so it's mainly for storefront applications, a set of double doors. Most of the time, the actual metal piece will already be on the door, and then you have these that are kind of inserted in. They kind of slide up and down. They're crimped at the top or the bottom so that it doesn't allow it to move. And a lot of times we see you don't really have to replace the entire
The aluminum strip.
edge.
Yeah.
You just need new weather stripping on the inside of that. So
it's very common that people will remove these as an adjustment if the door is not closing correctly, rather than figuring out what the real problem is. They just take this off to create a little more of a gap there.
Yes.
All right. So we've got a couple of different functions here. We've got the nylon that's going to help, or the vinyl rather, that's going to really help for water. You've got the nylon brush, and then you have kind of a door edge. There are other types of kind of gasketing or weather stripping as well.
Yeah, there's neoprene sweeps. So that's going to be, it's in a sense a sort of a vinyl, but it's going to be a more thick piece of vinyl.
It's very similar to the type of kind of thing that you would see around the edge of your door in your car.
Absolutely. Yep.
So it's gonna be able to compress,
seal. Yep. And seal that opening up. And door gaskets. So if you're seeing light at the top of your door or on the edges of your door on a single door or double door, you can see it on both. But you want to talk about maybe getting some gaskets. We didn't bring any door gaskets here, but they make full kits for those, so you can get top, bottom, and sides, and get that in no problem.
So if you have some kind of weather coming through, some light, if you have light coming through, then you definitely are either losing air out or extra air is coming in. So that's something to be mindful of.
The efficiency.
I would say one is you may want to have somebody look at the actual door itself, making sure, a provider like us that could adjust the door, make sure it's where it's supposed to be, but then also you can add that extra gasketing around there to make sure that it is sealed well.
Yes.
We see this a lot for protection of water, bugs, like you said, all that, but then also really putting it around the entire opening, you're helping for efficiency to make sure your HVAC is not overworking if you're losing air out the building.
Yes.
Very
Definitely.
cool. If I am a building owner, facility manager, or just kind of somebody that's paying attention to this, what are some real big telltale signs, some things that I could do to say, is this something that I might need?
Yeah, so the best thing that I would say is go in your facility, no matter what it is, turn off the lights and look at going out the door. Look at going out. If you see a lot of light coming through there, telltale sign. We're not in winter months, so you're not going to be able to, you can actually probably see it during the day. You can probably just leave your lights on and look, and you'll see probably light under your door. Mm-hmm. It's a telltale sign. You probably need to get some upgraded weather stripping or new weather stripping.
Very cool. Well, if this is something that you might be struggling with, or you might see in your facility, make sure that you call or connect with us on our website. The information is listed below, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.